So now it's time to go to the really fun part, the presentation. This is where everything that you've been hoping for and looking for, it all comes to place right now in the presentation. Before you give your first presentation, I always recommend a person to listen to their upline at least 5 times to give a meeting. It can be different upline members, so you can get a different flavor for what different people do during their presentation. The next thing I want is to make sure that you practice out and that you feel confident that what you're going to say will be the things that that person needs to know and learn to be able to make an intelligent decision. Another reason for practicing out is what I call the time factor. Usually, when we get in front of a person, we're so excited to share all the knowledge that we have. We're so excited to share all the wonderful things about longevity. However, the person you're talking to has a limited amount of time that they're going to grant you in which where you can put all that information that you have. So make sure that you, as you're planning it out, realize that you need to get that information into about a 30-minute block. When you're planning, also, I want to we'll go over and I'm going to give you some ideas on this, but there's 4 principal things that you need to talk about with the person in front of you. And then in the end, of course, you need to make sure that you ask for the close. So the 4 principal things that you need to address with the person you're talking about are: 1, the company. You need to give facts about the company so that the person will feel comfortable in joining Longevity. So here are, and people have different ways on how they want to present the company to a person. So let me give you a couple of ideas that you can share if you'd like. First of all, you can share that our founder is Dr. Wallach. Dr. Joel Wallach is famous throughout the United States. In fact, he's famous throughout the world for all the amazing things and discoveries that he's been able to come up with in the scientific community as it is in regards to health, nutrition, um, um, farming, everything like that. I mean, a person could honestly talk all 30 minutes about just Dr. Wallach. Next thing you want to bring up possibly about his world famous tape slash book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie. That book has sold over 250 million copies. Guys, that's a lot of copies. That's more than any recording artist has ever sold in their life. But that's how famous Dr. Wallach is. He has 2 books in the Smithsonian, and he's the only doctor that I've ever heard of and ever known of that has been able to effectively sue the FDA and win. So Dr. Wallach is a very famous man. Another thing about the company is the leadership which we have. We are led by men and women who have been in this field for a long, long time, who have experience, who knows what it takes to be able to lead and guide a company. And that's a huge, huge, big asset right there that we have. Our leadership team, top leadership team, has over 200 years of experience in success in this industry. Another fact is that our company, Longevity, is ranked in the Direct Selling Association's top 100 companies. And that's amazing when you think about the thousands and thousands of companies in our industry, and we are ranked in the top 100. We have been and we continue to have that ranking. Another fact that you could share is that we're a publicly traded company. And this is very important because when you're a publicly traded company, there's a lot of information that you have to disclose, not only to the government, but also to every potential investor there is. A person can look up and see the financial strength of the company simply by looking up under our stock symbol, which is YGYI. And as they look at that, they will see that our company has grown over the past 4 years 1,200%. Guys, there's a lot of great things that you can share. You pick, you decide which of those that you're going to use in your 30 minutes. And I'm not trying to say that my list is all inclusive. I'm just trying to give you examples. So the first thing you want to talk about is the company. Second, the products. We have over 1,000 different products in our company. So there's no way, of course, you're going to be able to talk about each and every one of them. In fact, I really think that you really have to make a decision. You can either talk about one of the product niches that we're involved in. For example, it may be nutrition, or a different niche. It may be weight loss. You can decide to talk about one specific product niche in which we're involved in, or you can explain to the new person that we are a company that has multiple different niches. And each niche that we're involved in, the product that we have is what I love to call the best of the best. And that's very, very comforting. But here are some of the product niches that our company is involved with: nutrition, weight loss, essential oils, mineral makeups, skincare. Now we're involved we have the scrapbooking, we have storybooking, and now we are involved in energy. And I'm sure there's some that I've left out. But for a person to be able to have that many different niches from which to choose is truly amazing. And it builds safety and security for every person in our company. Remember, each product is the best of the best. The third thing that you need to make sure that you share with this person is the compensation plan. Now, the compensation plan is, you could do a whole 30 minutes around the compensation plan. But when I think of it, I think of the compensation plan, and one of the things I like to bring out is that we have money that's what I would call upfront money, midterm money, and long-term money. By the upfront money, that's the money that a person can earn by joining that day. We see people who join, and the first day they join, they turn around and sign up a family member or a friend. You can do that with us because of the upfront money. A person has the ability to earn 30% of what a new person, when they're signing someone up, 30% of the BV of whatever that new person decides to buy. We also have CEO kits that bring to a person not only upfront money, but that's money that will continue throughout their entire career. And the CEO bonus, the thing that's so amazing is that on each $500 kit, we pay out a fast start of $100. We pay out a quick start of approximately $30 or $35. But after that, we pay an additional $190 coding bonus that will go to either the person who's doing the enrolling or to a member of their upline. Guys, that's $325 approximately on every $500 kit. 65% we pay out. Our upfront money is the best of the best in the industry. Next, the midterm money. This is what I like to call the residual money. This is the money that will make sure that will keep coming to you month after month after month. We have a plan that's called a unilevel plan. In a unilevel plan, a person is paid depending upon where a person is in your genealogy. If they are on level 1, you can earn up to 8% on all the volume on level 1. But you look at all the different levels, and a person will be paid at least after they reach the rank of Senior Executive Marketing Director, they will be paid at least 12 levels deep. And you can be paid deeper than that, don't get me wrong, but you're going to be paid at least 12 levels deep if you have volume. And that's a huge, huge plus. That gives you the ability to build downward, because as you build downward as you're building, that volume that's down, and it may be on your 15th, it may be on your 20th level, but at some time you may end up getting paid on that because it could compress up into your current volume. So that the amount that we pay when you add it all up for all those levels is the highest amount that I've ever seen in what I will call a long-term company. I've seen companies pay out more, but they go under very quickly. We pay out more than any other company that's truly a long-term company in the entire industry. And then we have long-term money. And in the long-term money, I include different things such as the car bonus. A car bonus that starts, very, very soon after you get started in your career and reach the rank of Senior Executive Marketing Director and continues up until you reach the highest ranks. You start at 300, you go all the way up to 1,000. That car bonus comes on your check each and every month, and it's a very big and important thing to make sure someone knows. In addition to that, we have annual trips that a person can earn. How many people out there in corporate America today are able to earn an all-expense paid trip by their employer? I don't know employers out there that year after year offer to their employees the ability to earn a trip like that. Also, two things that are very important in the long term. One is the ability to earn a portion of the sales of the entire company. Once you reach the rank of Senior Executive Marketing Director, you have the ability to share in a pool of 1/2% of the sales of the entire company. Finally, we have stock options. Stock options are one of the greatest things and greatest things that a person can earn. That stock option is the ability for you to be able to have actual ownership in the company, and at a time when the price is right, at a time when the price is right on the stock, you could sell whenever you want. Our plan is the compensation plan, the best of the best. Number 4 is timing. You see, timing is everything. Some people try to either upplay it or downplay it, but in reality, timing is everything. Some people will tell you that the only time to join a network marketing company is in the very beginning. And I will sit there and say, don't join a company like that in the very beginning. Less than 1% of all of those companies ever make it. Less than 1%. So people who give you that argument, just know, for the most part, they'll go out, they'll build, and in a couple years, they'll be looking for another company. Instead, build with a company like Youngevity, whose timing is now. You see, our timing is great because we are in what's called a momentum curve. Our growth rate is so fast that we're in a growth phase that's called momentum. Momentum can last anywhere from 2 or 3 years all the way up to 20 or 30 years. And as long as you keep on, or as long as we keep in that momentum curve, people are actually reaching out, trying to find you. They're hearing the word Youngevity. They're hearing about the products, and they want to be part of it. Guys, the timing couldn't be more perfect than it is right now to join and be a part of Youngevity. After you have finished telling your friend or whoever it may be about the company, about the products, about the comp plan, and the timing, it's then time to do the close. Now, the close is something where a lot of people will start to freeze just a little bit. They're scared, they're nervous. Everything comes down to that second. How do I ask John Doe or Jane Doe if they're ready or willing to join now? But you know what? That's also the most important time. A lot of times I do something just as simple as, John, now that I've shared all this wonderful information, tell me, how do you feel about what I've been able to share with you? Other times I just simply say, John, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I want you to start and come and get involved with me today. I have an application form. Let's fill that out and get you started today on your path to success with Ingevity. Whatever in the entire close phase, in the presentation phase, whenever it is, make sure that you're speaking with confidence, that you're looking the person in the eye, that you have a smile on your face, and that you are talking from the very center of your heart. If you talk with Jane or John Doe from the center of your heart, they will hear it, they will listen, and they will follow. That, to me, is one of the most important keys of the presentation and the close. Talking from the center of your heart. Guys, my name is Keith Halls, and it's been a lot of fun to share with you some different ideas that you may use as you're working on your presentation and as you're working on your close. I wish you all the very best, and with that,